Hey there, it's Dr. Ginger Bratzel with you, where we help you get and keep more of your ideal customers, clients, and patients. And we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do what I call a marketing makeover minute. This is something we do in our regular programs, we do with existing clients, we do at workshops, and it's always very helpful to look at other marketing examples, see what other people are doing, not to copy and not to mimic their mistakes they're making, but to get a reference of like what you could do, what some ideas, some inspiration, because creativity is not created in a vacuum, and it's always easier when you have some help. So I have some examples that I'm going to share with you. They happen to be the first one I'm going to show with you is print. And if you're doing social media, if you're doing online, you're doing designing a website, it doesn't matter. There's some tried and true rules that really work for helping your conversion with marketing. And of course, marketing is just the first step. When we do an advertisement, it's the first step in your whole marketing system, from the way you answer the phone, how you process your follow-ups. All those things are part of a bigger system. But we want to spend a little time on that marketing minute, on that first little step, and give you some inspiration and help you make that happen. So this marketing example is from a financial planner. So if you're a service-based provider, healthcare provider, this is all relative to you. So please don't say, hey, I'm not a financial planner, I don't need to listen to this. There is lessons to learn. I go through different industries, and I'm always sharing and finding what's working in other industries and giving you ideas and inspirations that you can use to yours. So anybody that we work with that in those fields, this is relevant to you. So I want to share this marketing example with you, and we'll talk about what's good about it and what they could have done a little bit better. So this particular piece came out of print, as I said already. It's a publication that's a free publication that is distributed to a specific zip code. Now this zip code that this runs in is the highest per capita income zip code in the whole state. So this is a pretty sweet spot to be. Publication is high, readership is high, distribution is high. They put it out at high-end retailers and restaurants and other healthcare providers and service providers. So it's perfect for these type of people. This particular person's a financial planner, and it's a quarter-page ad. It didn't cost much to do. This is the first time I've noticed it in the publication, and I could tell right here he's created this book. And if you opt in and you give them an email address, they will send you this book too. So I know he spent some money already on this first part of it. He spent some time on it. Either if he did it or somebody else did it. He wrote a check in hours spent for himself or somebody else to do it. And so we want to help him to get the most out of this marketing campaign. And there's some things he can do to be tweaking it. Now, the first good thing is he ran an ad. He did something. He got out there. So we always talk about momentum is messy. It's never perfect, and we fix it as we go along the way. So it's a nice ad. It's a decent size. It's on the upper left-hand corner of the publication when I opened it up. So we never want to do the lower left, because that's where people's hands go, and they miss those ads a lot. So don't do lower left at all in publications when you open up a publication. It's get your free PDF copy of my book, Peace and Possibilities, Creating Peace of Mind in Retirement, for people who request it through my email. It gives his address. The book is focused on educating people about retirement. He's got an endorsement there. He's the Best of More, South Oklahoma City finalist. Is a contest for voted on by readers. That is an endorsement that means something. There's his picture, and then there's his logo and his address. Now in marketing, if you've been with me for 5 seconds and this is your first exposure, you're going to learn. But if you've been with me for 5 years, 15 years, or even 25 years, you know the most important thing in a marketing piece is the headline. And it's not about you, the owner, me, the owner. It's about the reader, how we can attach to them. So that headline has to grab their attention right away. So when I opened that up, I wasn't searching for a PDF guide. Get your free PDF guide. Now, I opened it up and he stirred my emotions about mistakes about investing or retirement planning. That would stir my emotions. That would get me going. So what he's calling a headline is actually a call to action. And it should be farther down there, probably about where his logo is, and that could be shrunk down a little bit. So he's got a picture of the book. That's nice. But wonder if that guide was, as I said, the 5 mistakes people make in planning the retirement and how to prevent them. So that, peace and possibility, I think he's going to talk about those things in there. Sounds like it's there. But peace and possibility is just a little not emotion stirred. He can even take it a step higher in pre-segment who he's looking for. So he's a financial planner. Is he for everybody? Or is he looking for clients at a certain price range or investment level or planning level? So he might be dealing with, he doesn't want everyone. Wonder if I only have $100. Is that the kind of client he wants? That's what I have for my financial planning. Or is he looking for people with portfolios over $1 million? Or maybe somebody's on lower end. So you say if you have an investment of a retirement plan of 500,000 plus, we can use that in our marketing. So I'd put that as a sub headline at the top to say, for people looking to invest $500,000 or plus, or people looking to retire with a portfolio of 500,000 or plus, and then I put that at the top, and then I would open it up. The 5 mistakes people make when planning their retirement and how to avoid them. So he's going to tell me how to get over that. That would have more power than the piece of possibility. Again, the headline's big at the top. Get my emotions, get me there. He's asking me to opt in, a call to action, get your guide, and he's asking me to send an email to him. That's the easiest way to do it. This is, again, we talk about systems. When we were working with clients, that's the beginning level. If he's a little more advanced, he'd have what we call a landing page, a specific website page that has nothing but this book on there, and it asks for their name and email, and then we put it in there. But if he asks for a second step, where he could send them an additional bonus item, a physical copy of the book, maybe some resource guides to help them with their financial planning. Let me mail those to you. He can ask for that their address. By having their address, he can mail to them and email to them. He knows about where they live. He can talk about the price value of their house. He knows a lot of information, so he can be more targeted in what he does in his discussions. That's an advanced strategies that most marketers don't think about. That's what we help our clients plan on, and setting it up and putting it on autopilot, where you're looking for better people, because you can spend more to market to the people that are more specific and precise to your marketing areas. So these are all part of the things that we could do. The best, the more. I've kept that in there, but I'd like him to have a page. Now, is everyone going to give me their address? No. If you're listening to this, say, no, I wouldn't do it. But if I got their name and email, at least I could start that communication. But the people who raise their hand and want that other piece of information, I'm going to be able to follow up with them a little bit more. I know they have a little bit more urgency if they're asking for those things. So it helps me subset my prospects into doing this. So he could also send this out to existing clients and ask them to opt in, so he knows where they're at in their planning, and gives them an opportunity to revisit and have them come back in for a financial planning session and where they're at in their marketing, their retirement planning. So these are all things. So that's what we do. We go through and help you in making this part of a system. Like I said, this was the first step. Now, how can he make it better? Because I don't want him to do this ad and tells me it doesn't work. The ad would have worked if he had a lot more going on. Now, is he a client of mine? No, he's not a client of mine. I'm just sharing this information for you. So for you, what's the next step in you? Well, it's about systems. It's about systems and putting it all together. It's not a one-off. Put an ad out, get your ideal client. We want to make sure that's systemized for you. So the first step, and my call to action to you right now, is if you go to gingerbratzel.com and on my page, request a copy of our guide, getting all the patients and clients you need. We work, again, with a lot of healthcare providers, service providers, and you have unique needs in what you offered there. And so when you put it in there, we will send those resources to you to give you value and give you a checklist on what you're doing as you're building your marketing and going forward. So until next time, this is Ginger Bratzel signing off. Take care.